It is very pleasant just to listen to the water. I agree, Goo. It is very enlightening. The sounds of silence reveal very much indeed. I agree, Goo. Our conversations are very enlightening, unlike the ones we have about hunting kittens at night in back alleys. Hunting kittens in back alleys at night. Bruce, you must have had a dream or something, because that does not sound like me. I agree. Would you care to meet me later on, to meet someone who looks a lot like you, perhaps your doppelganger? I would indeed. I will see what I can do. Meanwhile, we will enjoy the sounds of silence and the information which that silence reveals. I agree. I enjoy your Fuzoshin mindset, Bruce. As I yours, Goo. So this is Bobby McGee right here, sitting back again with Bruce Lee regarding his topic. So this is Bobby McGee here, back for you. Go get your mom and grandma, slap them awake if you need to. Tell them Bobby McGee's on the radio. You won't have to slap them up at all. Well, but just in case they're sleeping real deep, like, you might want to give them a little pep up and tell them Bobby McGee's on the radio. Go tell your friends even Bobby McGee, the new sheriff in town, is on the radio, chatting with Bruce Lee, talking about the writers in the sky, ghost writers or guardian angels or whatever you'd like to look at them as. Hey Bruce, how you doing? I'm doing okay, Bobby. Thanks for asking. So regarding this writer in the sky and the characters in the story to which the writer is writing, moving in absolute slow motion, would you like to elaborate on that? Well, if a being that could be pure energy could travel amongst us, it would be able to travel at the speed of its wish, even at light speeds. Okay, I'll go with that one. So therefore, like the hummingbird flying by the turtle, seeing the turtle so slow. Imagine if the hummingbird were an energy being that could enter the turtle and experience the sensations going on that turtle is experiencing, such as taste, flavor, maybe even a smell, hearing, see. So then in essence, imagine if they could enter into a human is where you're leading on to. That is exactly correct, Bobby. So these writers in the sky, we've often heard of guardian angels. Every person has their own guardian angel. That is correct. So they could very well be the writers moving around us in these light speeds. And if we as these sentient beings who really don't know the writer exists, our own writer or the writer which control all the writers, now you're thinking in the hierarchy of energy. I'd like that very much. So while I'm enjoying my hot dogs or my spaghetti or my sip of coffee even, if I were to overindulge in the pleasure sensations of tasting and drinking and smelling and prolonging those sensations, you very well may be pleasing more than one of these energy beings who could enter into you multiple at one time. You would become a virtual reality, a theater that these energy beings could step into to experience, touch, all the sensations that come with love and or other. So these energies then, I guess in all, they're here to teach us things. That we ourselves too can become writers once the phoenix rises from the ashes. So I guess that if you want to be a good writer, it'd be in your best interest to learn as much as you can before you leave the shell, or the egg, if you will. The egg, I like that we kind of hatch out of these encasings we call shells, bodies. I mean, you are correct, Bobby. Well, again, we'll have to cut it short because Bobby McGee's on the radio and they don't let me stay on long because the listeners start eating up the bandwidth and everyone wants to pay attention to what Bobby McGee's saying, especially when Bruce Lee's on the show. Thank you, Bobby. You're very welcome. So here we go, going to let you go on the pre-radio, just down off the drive. Do pay attention to what goes on in this show and your life and dream majestic, as they say. Dream majestic indeed. Dream further than you ever have, outside the box. That's correct. This is Bobby McGee. If you haven't slapped your mom awake or your girlfriend and told them I'm on the radio, they're going to slap you. This is Bobby McGee.
And Bruce Lee.
And Bruce Lee saying ciao for now from Free Radio. Stay tuned for our next interview, which might be who knows when. Cheers. Bye for now. Bobby McGee.
I read this be DJ Tiger. 3 of the most interesting personalities you're ever going to meet. Me, myself, and I. So now, I want you to know out here from the free radio, that don't be letting people tell you their way is the right way and the only way. There are many ways to get to where you need to go, And here on the free radio, we want you to know that each person has their own path. You might have this high up guy there, he's like serious, maybe even a priest. And he's doing his own vibration, and of course things have to go the way he believes them because it's his vibration, it's what he's been written to do. But his perception might not be the right exact perception of you and your path and where you should go, because according to him, you should be following his footsteps and becoming the holier, mightier, and best that you can be. But your path might be walking through the ghettos, the slums, and dealing with all walks of life of people. So that in your conversations, because you're aware of the priest, man, you go see him, but the people you're walking around with different walks of life, they don't care about that priest at all. And what you're doing is in your conversations is dropping little bits of seeds for these people to become aware of what the priest is saying and talking about. So everyone got their own part. And how you wake up the people in the slums or the homelessness, drug addictions, whatever, maybe your own particular specialty, probably most likely is. Everyone got their own purpose. They just got to realize to step outside of the fear box. That which they worry about everyone else saying, oh, I don't like what he's saying, I don't like what he's doing. If you boil it all down, in the end, it's all about the love, man, the vibration, and the correct level of love. It don't involve the shite you're thinking about. Unconditional, understanding love. I read this be DJ Tiger. They're telling me I got to go. It's time for the next show. Don't forget, here on the free radio, DJ Tiger, 3 of the most interesting personalities you'll ever meet. Me, myself, and I on the free radio. Gotta go.
All right, Bobby McGee here. Go get your mom and grandmama, slap them awake. Bobby McGee's on the radio. Sitting here once again with Bruce Lee, trying to elaborate further on the right aspect of things. So, Bruce, if these beings that are energy could enter into us and we're moving super slow to enjoy the sensations and pleasures or whatever we're experiencing at the time, do you think they could also actually control us?
Indeed, they possibly could. If you were a sentient character who knew not that you were a character in a book of life, and were only vacuuming in as much information for your own personal gain, you might find over time that there is alternating current where you are communicating with something far greater than yourself, which is allowing you the perspectives that you have and to continue upon your journey. However, if the character goes against all that is the principles of the writer, then perhaps the writer, him or her or itself, could enter into the character to alter things, make things not go so correctly.
Well, that's interesting. So, do you think perhaps the writer itself, or him or herself, or itself, the energy being, actually may have perhaps created the actual character?
Now you, the character in the book of life. Yes, I do believe it's possible that the writer, which even myself would have my own writer, I would have written myself.
And I would have written myself, my beautiful, magnificent self, the new sheriff in town.
And I, as the new chicken chopstick ship warrior champ.
No, that's correct. So these beings then could actually, the writer could step into us as this energy being and perhaps even bring along his friends or her friends or his friends and to enjoy the experience of, this, that, the others, what's going on regarding situations, circumstances, and environment.
That is correct. You could share the experiences of the virtual reality theater, the body of humans, with your fellow writers, fellow energy beings.
Well, that's just so deep. I think Bobby McGee's going to settle it right there because I feel a migraine coming on and need for one of those Holby Torton's coffees.
I would like to try one of those
Well, I hope he thoughts, if we can get off his chair, maybe off his butt, we can get one, make one of those classic coffees. It's getting a little light in the evening. So, I'm gonna let you go. This is Bobby McGee on the Free Radio. Your mom and girlfriend will be really upset if you have been told that I was on the radio and they missed me. So, cheers, Bobby McGee. Free Radio.